how to be more efficient in your actions. You know, we need to go fast, we need to be efficient, we need to find more time to get things done. Well, so how can we manage our business and our day with the right actions? How to prioritize, how to maximize, how to get the right action done. So that is what I'm going to talk to you about in this video. I am Aude de Vetter. I am a business and a life coach. I'm also a therapist and a healer, and I've been coaching hundreds of people in France for about more than 10 years. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about two things, about reactive actions and inspired actions, so that you can know the difference and so that you can bring your awareness to another level and probably change your efficiency and get more things done as you want. Okay, so this is a topic I've been teaching a lot to senior top executives for years now, and they like it a lot because there is always more to this topic than just tools and tips. I go deep. I go deep in areas that you maybe don't think of. And why do I go deep? Because this is not just a question of getting organized and productivity. This is a question of life, okay? Do you want to hear yourself say at the end of your life, well, I got organized? Well, who cares? I mean, at the end of our life, saying to ourselves, "What I got organized," well, who cares? But when it will be time for us to leave our earth experience, we would rather hear us say, well, I got organized to serve my purpose, to follow my dreams, my projects that were meaningful, that contributed, that filled me with joy and satisfaction. That is what organization is for, and that's why my clients love it, because I just don't give tips and tools. Of course, there are tips and tools when I coach them, but I always have this very deep perspective, okay? So that is what getting organized is for, to support building your projects, little and big ones, so that you know how to take action in a more efficient way. And for that, you have to consider this topic from a much broader perspective and awareness. And that is what my coaching is all about, is to lead you to your expansion in business and in life. And we are individuals, so we're not divided. There's not business on one side and life on the other, and hobbies on the other, and family again. No, everything is united. So when we are aligned in business, everything aligns on all areas. That is why I just love this coaching affair. So, first of all, if you don't take the time to reflect a little bit on your way of managing your business, your projects, your lifestyle, your days, if you don't take the time, well, it's very likely that you are taking action just from a reactive mode. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what reactive mode is, which means that in reactive mode, you follow your usual habits, your usual patterns pretty much automatically, like you have always been in this natural way, because that's the way you have always done things, and you continue doing this because that's the way it is for your life. There's a lot of history behind it. I'm not going into this because then this will be much too long, but when we are in reactive mode, we're just playing our known patterns, okay? And the mind is usually doing this. It's the mind who is in command. So let's explore this a little bit. So when the mind pilots, it usually leads you to take action, listen clearly, from a place of lack and fear. I repeat, the mind usually leads us to take action from a place of lack and fear. The thing is, when we take action in this reactive mode, we don't think about it, it's automatic. And so we don't even know that we take action from a place of lack and fear. So that's why I'm doing this video, so that you can reflect a little bit and say, well, hey, I've been doing this, but what is the energy behind my actions? So you do things in this reactive mode generally because you have to prove something to yourself or to others. You have to prove that your work is valuable, for example, that you prove that you deserve doing this or that, to prove that you are good, to prove that you are kind. Usually when we operate in these patterns, it's to prove ourselves to something. It's all about worthiness. And when we are in this reactive mode, it's also because we look for validation, we look for recognition, we look for consideration, we look for security. And again, there's nothing wrong with this reaction mode. I'm just here to bring a broader perspective and make you think about it and get more awareness so that you can bring more attention and shift your ways of doing. Because of course, obviously, we always have inspired action and reactive actions. We do both like this. But the question is, in which proportion? And the other question is, do we do that randomly or do we do this intentionally? So if there is intention, and that is when you take your personal power with you, and that's when you get satisfying results. Okay, so this is all what my video is about, is to bring another awareness, your awareness to another level, so that you can say, well, am I in my reaction mode right now? Why am I doing this? I'm scared to not be worthy enough. I have to prove the others that I'm a good person, that I'm kind, that I can do this, that I'm an expert in that. So very, very often look at this with a microscope and you will see that behind your current daily actions that seem so just plain and obvious, there is very much, very often, they take place from a place of lack and fear. I am looking for validation. I am looking for recognition, from consideration. I'm looking for security. I have to obey to certain rules. Of course, there is duty, there is responsibility. You try to do your best, but when we try to do our best, we're not just doing our best. We are trying. You hear the difference? We have to make this project happen. We have to lead this. We have to take responsibility because this is serious. This is a serious matter. And I have to do this because, or else I won't feel worthy enough. So look at every action you are doing and from which place inside yourself and your feelings are you managing this? Are you obeying to certain life requirements like chores, cleaning up your desk, cleaning up your house, taking care of administration or whatever? How are you dealing with your life and from which energy? This is a real question. So you can tell when you operate in a reactive action mode because, first of all, you don't really have to think about it. It's automatic. You are just ruled by what is. You satisfy demands, whether from yourself or from others. You just do what is asked from you. And the second thing is that it doesn't feel that good doing all that. You have to do this because who else will do it? You try to be good, you try to be effective, you try to find solutions every day, you manage every day, you take the lead every day, but it doesn't feel that good. You can feel frustration, insecurity, fear of judgment, feeling of not being enough, of being unworthy. You can feel exhausted, tired, You can feel a lack of interest, of eagerness, a lack of satisfaction. You can feel powerless, defeated. There is struggle, usually, and you're just waiting for the next weekend just to cool down. You're waiting for your next holidays to at last relax. And then maybe you have in your mind little sentences like, well, what's the point of looking for a better life? Anyways, life is life. It's struggle is all about life. So there is this mindset all around it that is not serving you. This is not a mindset that serves you. So this is the reactive mode. Okay? And inspired action. So here is the inspired mode. You take action from a place of alignment. And from that place, you feel good receiving the ideas. That doesn't mean that it is always easy, but in fact, inspired action often requires to step into the unknown, to explore new pathways, and therefore your mind and your nervous system may go crazy sometimes and can be triggered, so it's not always that comfortable. But those inspired actions just feel so uplifting. They feel refreshing. They feel replenishing. They feel fun. And they make you feel more alive, more joyful, more purposeful. So just for example, I decided to switch into English, my business. And is that easy? Well, I haven't talked in English for about 25 years, except for maybe helping my 4 kids doing some homework in English. But I haven't spoken English for 25 years. So I can feel that my brain is a little bit rusty. I can feel some doubt, some fear from time to time. But this is the choice of my moment. This is the choice of the moment right now. And I'm happy about this. And it feels uplifting and it feels exciting for me. You see, aligned choices does not always mean, well, it's going to be so fluid and like it's so easy. I'm stepping in the unknown right now. So, but it makes us feel so good. And that's the indicator that indicates you're on the right path. So, and when you are in inspired action, it isn't the mind who is controlling, because the mind is going to tell you, oh, you have to be careful, you have to look for security, you have to stay in what you know, you have to obey to logic. This is not logic. Everybody knows that. You have to do this. When you are in inspired action, well, you give access to your inner being, your higher self, the source within you, the divine within you, God, whatever, just name it, what feels comfortable for you. But you open the doors to unlimited, and therefore to expansion, and therefore to infinite possibilities. And this is what I help you do in coaching, to expand and to align, and that feels just so uplifting, so good. And I help my clients to give birth to who they really are for their business, their marketing, their expansion, their trademark, align with their soul purpose, and then therefore their life. And when we tap into this deep realm of possibilities, that is where the magic happens, and sometimes it happens quick. And I teach you how to recognize an inspired move, an inspired action, and dare accomplish it. Because there are tips and tools to accomplish what is inspired to you. There is the feminine, and then there's the masculine. The feminine is the inspired part, and the masculine is this make it happen part. But at least you just don't make things happen just to make things happen, just getting organized to getting organized. No, you make them happen in a very deep, purposeful way. So here, 3 words. 3 words for today. Time. First of all, you need to take time to go within, to ask yourself the right questions, to be inspired. And that is what I help you do. Secondly, intention. You've got to put your intention to focus on the direction you would like to take. And then receiving, to receive. You have to focus on receiving the ideas, the intentions, and the solutions. This is not about fairy tales, okay? I'm receiving. No, because I coach really top serious executives. But this is the way how to crack the code and let in efficiency, satisfaction, and even joy in the process. This is serving with meaning and purpose, and it applies to big or small situations. So let me give you now a concrete example. I have coached hundreds of executives, especially people that were finding a new job. And this is an example, okay? If they were in reactive mode, in reactive actions, they would be contacting all the companies because statistically, they would have a greater chance to be called back and be interviewed for a job. They would just contact all the companies they would think about. This would be a reactive mode. This is the mind controlling. You better do that or else you won't get anyone contacting you back, okay? An inspired action would be, on the contrary, would be to feel which companies would really resonate with you. And trusting that, this feeling, that this inner guidance and feeling your way through, well, I think this one resonates with who I am. You see? But I have to make a tricky point here because it's not as simple as I'm just explaining to you. Because in the first example, which I just named as a reactive mode, sending, asking for job interviews, and sending them to all the companies, because if I'm taking the decision to do that feels good and aligned, well, in that purpose, in that way, that is an aligned actions. So we can't say, well, all these actions are reactive mode. All these actions are inspired mode. No, you are the only one to be able to feel your way through the actions that you want to say if you can tell it's an inspired or a reactive action. Because you can have the same action. If we film you doing the thing, we won't see the difference between inspired action and reactive action. But the energy, the mindset, the way you will deal with that action inside of you will make you know if you are on the inspired mode or the reactive mode. And the answer to this question is how you feel about it. Are you operating from a place of lack, of fear, of doubt? Oh my God, I have to be validated, I have to prove, I have to try. Or I just feel this is so good. I know it's difficult. It's not that easy, but I am having so much fun. I know this is the path. I know I have to do it. It just lights me up when I do this, and when I think about it, I'm having joy and pleasure. Okay, so that is your indicator. It's about how you feel inside yourself. So when you learn to be more mindful about the way you feel and the way you take action, you tap into your personal power and pleasure. So maybe, as I just said, your agenda, your schedule would change a lot because you're going to clear all the what's not needed. Or maybe your agenda, your schedule will just change a little bit. Maybe you'll just change the order of things. But what you will see is a massive change in the way you will operate your actions and the stress will not be there anymore. You will be much more playful, more satisfaction, more efficiency, more pleasure. So I help you get clear on that in my coachings. And my upcoming online program, which is called The Clear Path, and I'm very happy to do this. I'm going to do a masterclass that you will find on YouTube, so stay tuned. In September 28th, next week in 10 days. And the clear path is going to break down all of this and so much more to gain clarity, efficiency, joy, purpose in your business and therefore in your life, in your lifestyle. And this is aligning your business and your lifestyle to your soul. So please like this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel to get the other videos and the free masterclass I give here. And you can follow me on my Instagram account if you want to know all the background. And please share, because there may be people that you know that would need to hear what I have just said in this video.